today on November 1st, 2021, celebrating National Authors Day. Many of you might not know in the US, in fact, I didn't know until recently that November 1st is National Authors Day. And it's a day that we can celebrate the books and the authors that have inspired us. And I wanted to come here today to share with you how I'm celebrating National Authors Day and give you a little bit of some context and insights onto what it means to me to both be a reader and an author. So on this bookshelf here behind me, I actually have so many books that have been inspirational and meaningful to me throughout my whole life. In fact, I have my wonderful collection of some books that inspired me when I was 6 and 7 years old that I read probably 20 times each. You can see, gosh, this is so long ago. You can has Katie November 1982 written in here. I read this whole series of Oz probably 20 times as a kid, and just during the pandemic, I read the entire series to my children. Many of you might not know that actually there are so many Oz books there. I think how many go up into through 12 of them, I think 12 in the series. It's a really wonderful series. So that's what got me started as a reader. And through my whole life, I've actually been a writer as well, although I never saw myself necessarily as a published writer. However, I did start with writing an honors thesis in college and then a master's thesis in grad school. So I had come out from a background of being much more of an academic writer. And it was really fun to find my leadership voice and style through writing my blog starting in 2015 when I moved to Japan, which is kbjanderson.com, and then working and partnering with Isao Yoshino to create the book Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn, which is now an Amazon bestseller across multiple countries and categories. And it's just been a privilege and honor to be an author as well. So today, to celebrate National Authors Day, I've written a new blog article, which you can see here, kbjanderson.com/National Authors Day 2021. And I'm also celebrating many of the authors who have been part of my chain of learning that I've had the honor and privilege to interview over the last 5 years, who I've learned from. And also on this bookshelf back here are so many leadership books that I have learned from some top authors in my in my chain of learning, including Karen Martin, Michael Bungay Stanier, Michael Ballet, and so many others, John Shook, and so many others. And I'm giving away copies of some books in my chain of learning. So until Thursday, if you register, if you're in a US, if you have a US address, I'm giving away this trio of books here. The Kind Leader by my good friend, Karen Ross, her new book that just came out. And Karen was actually one of the editors of my book, Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn. So really part of my chain of learning. And then Patrick Adams' book, which came out at the beginning of this year, Avoiding the Continuous Appearance Trap. And I had that privilege of writing the foreword to this book. And then, of course, the book that I've written in partnership with Mr. Isao Yoshino, Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn. So make sure you enter to win this trio of books that I'm giving away in celebration of National Authors Day. And for 3 runners-up, I'm also giving away a copy of the Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn workbook. And that's for anyone in any location. So enter and win and celebrate National Authors Day. I also wanted to share a little bit about why being an author has been important to me. I really feel like writing is a forced time of reflection. I learn so much more through having to have time to synthesize ideas, both from my own things I've been inspired by, and really create something new and create my own perspective. And my learning about leadership, about coaching, about life has been solidified by the process of writing and rewriting. I think one of the things many people underestimate in writing a book or anything as big as writing a thesis or anything else is the amount of revision, the consolidation of thinking, of thoughts, refining, as Mr. Yoshino would say, to 5S your thinking, to really come down to the most essential points to convey your message. And that is hard work, but it's really, really rewarding work as well. So I encourage you to continue to write and share your own ideas. And through that iterative process, you'll come to your own reflections and learnings as well. As I was pulling out the books to come here with you live, I also found this drawing that Karen Ross had did when we were brainstorming, gosh, it was probably 2 years ago or almost 2 years ago, what the cover of Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn would look like. And I knew I wanted it to represent some of the concept of weaving, which is the foundation on which I wove the stories, the concept of warp and weft, these straight threads and then these warp threads, which are woven in between, also harkening back to Toyota's history. And so she was sketching out some things here too. So all the Sachiko stitching that is here, and just some ideas how to weave that interesting element to the book cover as well. So a lot of things about writing and reading can help us learn, but I encourage you to not only read or listen to people's books and thinking, but also take time to reflect for yourself. Write down your reflections and your synthesis of these concepts and what they mean to you. And through that, you'll develop your own unique perspective as well. And then you can share that with us, with the world too. So, celebrating National Authors Day, I encourage you, if you haven't, to go to my new article today in celebration. I actually have done a roundup of all of the authors I've interviewed since 2015. So, you can check out those interviews there too. And of course, register for a chance to win a trio of these wonderful books or my workbook as well. And I'd love to hear from you. What are the authors that have been meaningful to you? And what are these books, such as this Oz series? You can see how old it is here. Again, so cute. It's almost exactly, oh gosh, how long ago? 1982. So we're talking 41 years ago. So you're aging myself here. But how books can be meaningful to us and inspire us to learn and to be creative and also to think for ourselves. So do some writing, celebrate National Authors Day 2021, and please enter the giveaway too. Here is the link for that as well. And I'll put that into the notes too. So have a great day. Thank you everyone who's been in my chain of learning that I've learned from and who's contributed to my authorship journey. And I'm so happy to celebrate everyone who I've learned from and that I'm learning, that I've shared my learnings with too. So thank you for listening here today, and have a great National Authors Day 2021. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.